Okay, so this is just a little introduction to a new strap that I just got. Maybe 3 weeks ago I bought it over the winter holidays. And I gotta tell you, I think this is the best strap I've ever owned. I think Hirsch has really upped their game. In previous videos, or at least one previous video, I've said that the inside core of the Hirsch watch straps really start to stink after a little while, but not with this strap. It is, I think it's the best strap ever. I think they've really upped their game, Hirsch. So this is called the Hirsch Performance line, which all have these sort of rubberized little bricks. And this is the James version. I found the James to be sort of the dressiest. The rest are kind of sporty. So that's why I chose this one. When I looked at the pictures on the internet and I saw the threads, the stitching, I didn't think I liked the color, but when I got it in person, I thought it was really nice touch. So a couple things. You can read about it on the internet, but okay, first of all, when I smell this, I've owned in the past the Hirsch Pure strap. It's just a rubber strap, and it kind of smells like a tire. And I've had various rubber straps that have different smells. Some are vanilla. And this one, the Hirsch Pure, was the one that smelled the most sort of like a tire. And this smells exactly like the Hirsch Pure. So I'm thinking that Hirsch took the Pure strap and decided to make this sort of design in it. Now this design is why I really love this strap. First of all, these little bricks and grooves and channels allow moisture to build up in here, and it sort of wicks away from your skin. Another thing is it never really gets too sweaty under there because the grooves also open up into your arm and there's a lot of ventilation. I'll put it on at the end and show you what it looks like on my wrist. But another thing, because they have the channels going this way, the grooves, it bends easier. It just sort of, it doesn't have that full strap, or it's cut, so it sort of has a more pliable element to it. So, like I said, I think it's the best thing ever. Also, I'm not sure if you can notice, but it doesn't really bend. Normally straps, after you wear them for a couple days, they sort of wrap around your wrist. This one is staying sort of firm and not very bent, which I don't know if it makes a big difference either way. But you can see I've got the Hirsch buckle on there because I can't find a Tag Heuer buckle for some reason on the internet. One final thing is that this, it's hard to see, but it's 22 millimeters, and this lug width is 22 millimeters as well. Let's see if I can't, no. But it does kind of push in right there at the lugs. It's kind of bent a little bit, and when I was putting it in for my first time, I had a hard time doing it. So when it does sort of, there is a little bit of a vibration when I move it up and down. It's because the leather is, okay, the rubber goes on the outside of the leather a little bit. There's a little bit of rubber that protrudes on the outside of the leather. So it's actually a hair thicker than 22 mils. So I would say if you had a 23 millimeter watch lug, which is sort of rare, but let's say you had a 21 millimeter, like my old Zenith, I would consider maybe buying a 20 millimeter rather than a 22 millimeter strap. Or if you have a 19 millimeter lug, maybe consider buying a 18 millimeter strap. So I'll put it on here. Another thing is because of those grooves, the tang, the little tang buckle is a little bit hard sometimes to get through because it sits there in the grooves. But otherwise, I mean, that's only minor griping. And I just think it's the best strap ever. I haven't treated this whatsoever with my previous video on how to treat a watch strap with beeswax. There's no treatment on this whatsoever. I think it did say it's rated to 300 meters water resistant, but I took the second keeper off because the way I wear it. When I go to bed or whatever, I'll put it on that. If I'm going out to shovel snow or something, I'll put it on that hole, but otherwise I keep it on the third. It's hard to see, but there is a bit of space between my skin and the strap. There's a little micro ventilation. Anyways, so this doesn't get hot. Sometimes straps get hot and sweaty. I just think it's the best ever. So it's the Hirsch James, but it's the Hirsch Performance line with all this, the rubber bricks underneath is what I call them. There's the Valju 7750 spin. So the other performance ones have holes in them or are sort of like red rubber or just sporty. I think the Hirsch James, and my next one may be the more tan colored Hirsch James one, which is their sort of flagship one for the James line. You always see that in the pictures, but no complaints. I think this is the best strap ever. Thanks for watching.